a lot of new energy efficiency measures in this country, the birth of renewable energy, solar, wind, and biofuels, despite some setbacks, and still, though, the big need for a national energy strategy, which we don't have.
And so what's the next 10 years look like? Is it about the role of government in the renewable energy space?
I do think the role of government is important. It has to be a catalyst. We've got to keep the incentives for solar, wind, and biofuels, and we haven't done that.
By incentives, do you mean subsidies? Do you see mandates?
I mean mandates, renewable portfolio standard, basically saying that every state should be at about 25% renewables. I think that's healthy, but at the same time, government shouldn't get in the way and overregulate. But what is encouraging is the unprecedented development of natural gas. In this country, it's cheaper, it's environmentally safe, it's good for consumers, and we didn't have that years ago.
Right. What's the potential of natural gas to create a bridge from oil demand into renewable fuels?
Well, I think it's going to take some time, about 20 years, but natural gas should be a bridge to renewables. And that's healthy, and that's good. That's clean energy. That reduces greenhouse gas emissions. But natural gas also can play a prominent clean role. And right now, I think we've been blessed by that opportunity to develop renewables, but also have natural gas as a bridge.
What's the geopolitical ramifications of becoming energy independent here in the U.S.?
Well, it means that by the year 2020, we'll surpass Saudi Arabia in terms of oil and gas production, and because of our energy efficiency measures. That means that we don't have to rely on Middle East oil. That's good. But at the same time, I think we have to develop our own sources, our own oil and gas development, our own renewables. I think that coal and nuclear play a role, but they've got to reform themselves. They've got to get more active in getting cleaner and more efficient.
We don't have a ton of time left for the energy part of our segment, but what's the role of global cooperation in the renewable energy field? How much do we have to work together?
Well, we need to work together because you've got producer countries and consumer countries. Japan, Asia, Europe, they're the consumer countries, and the producer countries. The U.S. is both. We're a consumer and a producer. There has to be cooperation. I'm not talking about, I think the market should dictate that, but we've got to work together on new technologies and smart grid technology, on LNG exports. I think that is important for the United States. And we also have to find ways in renewables to work together. If you look at the 200 countries in the United Nations, most of the countries are developing as their centerpiece renewable energy. For that to work, there has to be cooperation.